Good afternoon, ma'am. We are the group 5 and today we are discussing about lexicography. Philippine lexicography is shaped by the country's colonial history, unique sociolinguistic situation, and long-standing lexicographical tradition. This chapter traces the chronological development of lexicographical works in the Philippines and the challenges they face. Lexicography means the making, studying, and compiling of dictionaries. In Philippine history, lexicography is important because during the Spanish colonial period, missionaries and scholars created dictionary of Philippine language such as lexicography for communication, evangelization, and education. They documented local language like Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, and others.
Dictionaries in the Philippines, American Period and Modern Development. So, under American rules, linguists continue lexicographical work and raising the scientific study of the Philippines languages. So, for centuries, dictionaries were mostly bilingual, Spanish, English, local language. The first major monolingual Filipino dictionary, Diksyonaryo ng Wikang Pilipino, was published only 1989 with a revised editions in 1998.
Philippine English Dictionary. Interest in documenting Philippine contribution to English vocabulary can be traced back to the very beginning of American occupation, when early American colonists began to borrow native terms and coin neologisms to describe their new environment and then list and gloss them in their published work. Bolton and Butler on 2008 mentioned the 1906 memoir of William B. Freer, The Philippine Experiences of an American Teacher, which provides a glossary of some 187 Philippine lexical items used through the book. When Philippine English began to be an object of linguistic study by the end of 1960s, the identification of its characteristic lexical features became one of the main research concerns, resulting in some groundbreaking studies on the Philippine English lexicon. However, all this lexical investigation has resulted in few monolingual dictionaries of Philippine English. The Anvil Macquarie Dictionary recognizes that at one end of the spectrum merged with English as it is used for international purposes, while at the other it is expressive of local condition and local choices in language. In this dictionary, you will find amahaw, a palm widespread in the Philippines, and calamansi, the local variety of lemon, and banana Q, the roasted banana with stick. You will find solon and barangay, adobo and lechon. All items matter a great deal in the Philippines, but which are not included in any other comparable dictionary. Philippine English in General Dictionaries of English past coverage. For a long time, major international dictionaries, Webster Oxford's English Dictionary, included very few Philippine terms. The terms that were included were mostly colonial era, word-related plants, animal, ethnic groups, and cultural items called Webster words.
Toward an ideal dictionary of Philippine English key challenges. A major hurdle is the perception the PHE is non-standard and inferior to British or American English. There is a need to convince stakeholders that PHE has its own norms and unique vocabulary that deserve documentation. Other challenges include political issues, inconsistent language policies, and the low prestige of local dictionaries compared to international. toward an ideal dictionary of Philippine English scope and balance. Compilers must clearly define the scope of the dictionary and set clear criteria for selecting words. Philippine English has both formal standard varieties and colloquial nativized usage.